Welcome. Let's declutter together and make a snack and do a little bit of cleaning. It's going to be fun.
A lot of people feel like to be minimalist, you can't have anything.
Here, there's $20. That's fun. Well, hello, my darlings. My name is Robyn, and you are joining me at the Minimalist Home Life channel. Today it is pouring rain, so I am going to dive in and start decluttering in the dining room. Okay, so one thing I want to point out, does anybody else have rogue socks around their house? I certainly do. And one thing that I realized though, I'm just gonna ignore that now that I pointed it out. But one thing, let me know if this happens to you too, but we tend to keep a few things in our dining room. Like this is the extent of our stuff. We used to have this hutch over there, but we have a lot of like just in case stuff. Now, first of all, some of this is for candles for power outages. So I feel totally fine hanging on to those. But I'm also going to go in here and see if there are things that perhaps I don't need anymore. Now, some things in here, there's $20, that's fun. That's a fun find. Woohoo. Some things, this is sort of an area where I do keep decor for other seasons. Now, I love fall, and so I will decorate for fall. And I like to have things in here because it's super easy to swap things out. This tea, this is Yorkshire tea biscuit, malty biscuit. It tastes like tea and biscuits. I love this tea. It does really aggravate my rosacea, but it is so good. And you cannot buy this in Canada from what I can see. I had to order this off of Amazon and it comes straight from the UK. If you're in the UK, you're probably like, what? Like I think this is just like a grocery store tea, but it's just so good. So anyway, this is another one of my teas. It's like my guilty pleasure. Like if you wanted to, I won't say it's like clutter, but there's an abundance of tea. So this is a cake plate holder / punch bowl. Oh yeah, like this punch bowl, like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna go and put this down with the Christmas stuff, but let me just show you quickly what I've done here. Okay, I still have to fix that, but look, pretty good, right? Not overwhelming. So the thing is, like a lot of people feel like to be minimalist, you can't have anything. No, like I want to be able to decorate via the season, etc. So I am going to keep a couple of things, and clearly I'm obsessed with tea. So I've got all of my emergency candles, and some of them are smelly yummy. I only like the smelly yummy ones in the fall and at Christmas though, so I just save them. I love them. Now here, more emergency candles because there's like 4 of us living here, and then more tea. Here's a photo of the family that I put out when it's like time to decorate. All of the tea, we don't need to revisit that. And then this section, I've got this is a burlap runner. I don't think I've used it, but I'm gonna give myself until this fall to use it. Because I think I might be hosting Thanksgiving instead of doing Christmas. We'll see. I really don't like to box myself in. And then just all of the things for when we have gatherings. This gorgeous bowl was my grandma's, and I had decorated it. How did I do it? I did something with it. I used amaryllis and like moss. It looked gorgeous.
Before we get to the next section, I just want to take a minute to have a cat intermission. Crumpet is in his banana box, which, I don't love this box, but Crumpet loves it. And then there is Pancake taking care of a little bit of business.
When it's gloomy, sometimes I just come to the greenhouse. It's so lovely and nice, although it's messy, you guys. Got my little plantlings over there. It's actually only 13 degrees Celsius in here right now, so it's not super warm, but it's still just nice to come and just get like light. On Vancouver Island, it is so rainy.
Okay, so the living room is funny in our house. Now, you may have seen videos on my other channel in the past where I have shown the bookshelf here, which I am not in love with. I am going to replace it, but in the meantime, I mean, I might paint it white, but let's be honest, I'm probably just going to replace it. But in the meantime, I'm just going to kind of leave it as is. But for now, there are a couple of things that I could get rid of, because my thought is, at the very least, if I'm keeping stuff on the bookshelf, I want it to, if it's not fully sentimental, for it to be at least kind of meaningful. So there are a couple of things over here that I am going to get rid of. This, though, is a nice Lego maze that one of my kids made. Now, this is where a lot of people, they run into issues. Now, my kids are teens, which you know I celebrate all the time. It's super dusty, but I don't think he's going to care. So I think we're probably going to donate that. So this and this, probably donating. This is an elephant. I know, you might be like, wow, thank you for telling me that. I bought it just because I was looking to fill these shelves. The only thing that it does remind me of is my great grandma, who I never met because everybody said she liked elephants. That's it. I mean, I didn't know her. I don't need to remember her, because every now and then if I needed to, I could. Do you know what I mean? So this elephant is going to go. This drawer, I just pulled this out. I don't think we need the Mario Kart Wii. I don't think we have a Wii, so that's good. And then a picture of my husband and his twin sister when they were little. I love it. And this is sort of like something that we will probably put out when we change up the whole setup. But one of the things I like, so a lot of people, they say that they feel bad like decluttering things or whatever, things that are sentimental, so they feel like they have to have everything out. But what I like is to have some things out and then to swap them. So if you do have the space, like in the other room, like I could put all that stuff out, but I'm not going to. I like to have a little bit out and then swap it.
So it is still very early spring, and that, of course, means it's going to be rainy here on Vancouver Island. The other thing is, sometimes I just love to do a little bit of baking, and what I've done here is pulled out some zucchini from the summer. Now, I grow zucchini, and many of you know it's just prolific in the garden, so you shred it, freeze it. I use these really cool little super cubes to portion things in 1 cup and 2 cup sizes, and I just shred it, stick it in the freezer, and then I do actually drain out a tiny bit of the liquid, because of course it's going to have a bit of liquid come out. But what's so nice is I make these muffins in March or April or whenever, like sometimes, you know, January. It's just like a nice little hint of summer. And that is one of the things I just love so much, is just taking a little bit of time to treat myself, treat my family. This is not a healthy recipe. It is flour, there is chocolate. But what's nice, as a zucchini recipe, it's not one of those average things. You can't tell it's there, which is fine. It's just so good when you need a taste of summer. This is the first thing that I make when we have a fresh zucchini, and you really cannot beat it being fresh, but it is amazing even when it is spring or winter or fall.
Are you the type of person that does not like to put wet or gross things on the counter? I'm just like straight in the sink. That being said, I'm not like a super clean person. I just don't like sticky or wet things. And I love this whisk.
So one of the things I realized was I did need to re-declutter my house. I did it years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, and knew it was time. And that's why I decided to make these videos again. I know a lot of people really like clean with me and declutter with me videos. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to reward myself and us, including you guys, with a little muffin part. Although sadly, you did not get to try it. And then I was just refilling all of these containers after, including the chocolate chips and the flour. And I love my pantry. And there's a tour about this coming up if you haven't seen it.
Okay, so these muffins are amazing. Are you a person that puts butter on muffins? I love having them warm with butter. And these are fresh out of the oven, so of course they are good. My son is about to have his 3rd muffin. So good. Now, about Sense and Sensibility. What are your thoughts about the brother and his wife? Aren't they just the worst people ever? I hope something great happens for you today, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, and make sure you're subscribed.
And here is a tour of the tea that is also in the dining room.